guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a long while since my last video, but honestly in this lockdown and quarantine time I have been just putting my hair up in a bun as much as possible. I've not been taking extra care of my hair as much as I should have, and now I think I'm going to start doing that a little bit more. In today's video I wanted to talk about something that's very easily misunderstood, especially in India I think, with the curly girl community, and that's on shampoos. I often get questions like what shampoo can I use to make my hair curly, or they think that only using a shampoo will give them hydrated, moisturized curls. Now while choosing a good shampoo is important, it is not the reason why, it is not the only thing that you need for curly hair. But a good shampoo will minimize dryness, will minimize that straw hay-like feeling you get from using most of the shampoos available in the market. So it's important to know which one to use when. So I also keep getting questions like, what kind of shampoo can I use if I am exercising every day, or I'm going swimming every day, or if someone who has wavy hair or very light waves or curls or very thin hair, they find that certain shampoos that is usually prescribed in the CG routine will actually leave their crown and scalp feeling flat. So all of these questions will be addressed in today's video. So first, to start off with, are clarifying shampoos. Clarifying shampoos have an ingredient called sulfates, which is the reason why you have that lather-like feeling and that squeaky clean feeling. But these sulfates also leave your hair extremely dry. Certain sulfates more than others. And a clarifying shampoo is a shampoo that has sulfates but no silicones. Silicones are plastic-like ingredient which basically coat your hair, they condition your hair, they leave it soft but they protect it from frizz. Now silicones can only be removed with sulfates. Now if you have very curly hair, very dry hair naturally, you don't want to use shampoos that have sulfates very often. To do that, you need to also cut out silicones from your hair diet. So when you start a CG friendly routine, you need to remove all the previous buildup of silicone that would be there from the products you've used in your past. So to do that, you use a shampoo with sulfates but no silicones, and that's what's called a clarifying shampoo. So on that, principally a clarifying shampoo is not CG friendly because it has sulfates, but you need it to start your journey. You need it once in a while, once a month, twice a month. If you have wavy hair that falls flat faster, I know a lot of wavy hair people love clarifying their hair more often. If you're very curly hair, then I don't think you need to do it as much. If you live in a very polluted area, then yes, a clarifying shampoo now and then will really help. So the next category of shampoos I'm going to talk about is CG safe or CG friendly shampoos. Now these are the shampoos that I normally recommend for people with curly hair. In fact, that's what I use. As a rule, these shampoos don't have the harsh drying sulfates. They actually have gentler cleansing ingredients. Now the interesting thing to note is Lauren Macy, who actually started the routine or started the curly girl friendly routine, says you're not supposed to use shampoos at all. In fact, she only says you should use botanical conditioners to clean your hair, and those are called co-washes. I'm going to address them in a bit. But over the time, the CG friendly term has evolved and sort of has gotten meanings of its own through the community. It is followed by, and that's why a lot of people think CG friendly shampoos is Lauren Macy's idea, but she basically says you to use conditioners. But because a lot of people don't enjoy just using a botanical conditioner or a co-wash in the hair, they want something that's cleanses their hair or cleans their hair better. So on that note, I wanted to talk about a new shampoo that I've been using. In fact, I've been using their line for a couple of years now, and I would recommend their mask and their shampoo, especially in the conditioner, is really good to a lot of newbies because it's pocket friendly. But today I want to talk about their revised formula for the Plum's Olive and Macadamia shampoo. It is for chemically treated hair, and if you notice, I have gotten my hair colored, so it's super dry and gets frizzy super fast. It does a great job of cleansing my scalp and my hair, removes dirt and grease and all that without leaving it like very hay-like and straw-like that I would often get from other shampoos. It's summer right now in Delhi, so I need that balance between getting my hair moisturized but also cleansed. So if you're somebody who has damaged the hair like that or use a lot of heat, then I think these ingredients in the shampoo will work really well for you. I will leave the link in the description box so you guys can check it out. So moving on to the next category called co-washes, which are basically conditioning washes that mimic a conditioner but have some gentle cleansing ingredients in them to clean your scalp. They will not leave your scalp squeaky, or they won't give you that squeaky clean feeling, but you need to use your fingertips to scrub the co-wash into your scalp, and it will leave your hair soft but just enough clean that you can go on for another couple of days. I recommend it to people who need to exercise often, or who exercise often and need to wash their hair like daily, or somebody who goes swimming. That way a co-wash is great to like extend your wash days, because you don't have to deal with a very dry scalp or a dry hair. You can use co-wash maybe once a week. For example, if today I washed with a CG friendly shampoo, maybe tomorrow because my hair is sweaty, I need to wash again, or in 2 days I need to wash again, then I might use a co-wash because my hair isn't as dry yet. So I'll use a co-wash and then follow it up with the conditioner, of course, if you want to detangle. If you just want to cleanse your scalp a little and just rinse off the water, then you just need the co-wash. But co-washes don't always have that slipperiness. The slip is what the jargon is in the curly girl world, that makes it easy to detangle. So if you use a co-wash and you have to detangle, I would suggest following up with a conditioner. A co-wash just replaces a shampoo and it's gentler on your scalp and hair, but it will not remove the oil of your hair. So if you've oiled your hair, I wouldn't suggest you co-wash. I wouldn't suggest any kind of, if it's very greasy or itchy or sticky, and you really need a deep cleanse, then I would suggest you go for a clarifying shampoo or a CG friendly shampoo instead of a co-wash. So in India, there are not a lot of co-washes available. I will leave a link, like I said, of all the products I've mentioned, so you guys can check it out, all the categories I mentioned. And but in India, co-washes is not a big thing, and that's why you don't have many options. But I know a lot of people who use conditioners as co-washes. I personally wouldn't recommend it, because these conditioners don't have any cleansing ingredients in them. It is better to buy a co-wash than DIY with a conditioner. Next, I'm going to talk about medicated shampoos. I personally love using a medicated shampoo. In fact, I have to use it because I have a very, very sensitive, itchy scalp, and I get dandruff when there's seasonal changes. And the only way I find I get relief is when I use a medicated shampoo in addition to my other shampoos, depending on how my scalp is feeling. Now in a CG friendly routine, if you're very strict about it, you're not allowed to use it, because a medicated shampoo will have ingredients that counteract fungal dandruff or any sort of itchiness that refuses to go away with a normal shampoo from the market. In fact, because of seasonal changes and my scalp being very sensitive, I use a medicated shampoo at least once a week or once in 2 weeks, depending on the season. In humidity or in dryness, it all depends. And I am not a strict follower of the CG routine. I listen to my hair and my scalp and see what it needs, and I will employ a medicated shampoo when I need to make sure, just to get some relief from an itchy scalp. I usually use a CG friendly shampoo on regular days. I use a medicated shampoo when I know my scalp is feeling itchy and I need to feel some relief. I use a co-wash rarely, but now and then when I feel like it's not been enough days to wash my hair completely again, and I just need to remove that, I just need to feel fresh again, that's when I use a co-wash. And moving on to the next category, which is a DIY shampoo. Now in India, you have certain scalp scrubs or scalp masks that you can make with besan and chickpeas and stuff like that. All that works, but I wouldn't recommend it as the only way of shampooing, especially if you're using conditioners and stylers, because as cleansing they might be, they cannot remove or cleanse your hair as well as a shampoo. So I'll leave it up to your discretion whether you it suits you a lot, then absolutely go for it. But I would recommend that you use a store-bought shampoo now and then just to keep your hair cleansed. You have scalp scrubs which have exfoliating beads, and they're great for a deep cleanse of the scalp. You can use them whenever you feel like there's extra gunk that is not going out of your scalp, or just to have a really nice spa day, so you want everything clean and fresh. So that way DIY scalp scrubs are great. You also get store-bought scalp scrubs, which I'll mention in my list, so you guys can check it out. So the last category I'm going to mention is the regular shampoos you get in the market. Now these shampoos will have sulfates in them, various combination of them. They will also have silicones. Like I mentioned, it leaves your hair feeling softer, but also will cause a build-up on your hair. And if you have a non-fussy hair routine, if you are not concerned about following a strictly CG routine, which by the way is not necessary. There are a lot of wavies and curlies that follow the techniques of curly girl method and are not as strict about ingredients. It's completely up to you and what your hair likes. So if you have a non-fussy hair routine, you can absolutely use the shampoos that are in the market, but please understand that the more amount of sulfates that are there in the shampoo, the drier your hair will be. And because of our curls pattern, where our natural oils do not reach the end of your hair strands, it's easier in fact in the long run, and it's better for your hair if you use gentler shampoos. If you use gentler shampoos, you have to use conditioners without silicone. So it's a cycle, and that's why people are strict about this routine. But definitely try on your hair and see what your hair likes. Just remember, if you have wavy and curly hair, you cannot just use a shampoo and expect to get results how I talk about in my blog, how you've seen on my Instagram. You need a conditioner, you need styling products. A shampoo is important to lessen the dryness and the damage. So choosing a good shampoo is very important to the health of your hair. So that's it for shampoos today. Summarizing everything, there is clarifying shampoos that have sulfates but no silicones. Use it to start your CG friendly routine. Use it now and then, once or twice a month, to keep your hair super clean. Use a CG friendly shampoo or a CG safe shampoo for your most regular washes to make sure your hair remains clean without being extra dry. If you have to exercise daily or the need to wash your hair more often and you don't want to leave it dry, then use a co-wash. If you need scalp exfoliation, use a scalp scrub. Even DIY shampoos are great, but please don't use it as a sole method of cleansing your hair. Anyway, I hope that helps you decide what to do and when to use what shampoo. If you guys have any ideas about the next video I should do, please comment and I will try to work on that. If you like this video and you found it helpful, please press the like button and subscribe, and I will see you again for the next video. Bye!